What's happening, Muscle and Mind? Welcome back. We're getting a lot more casual today than I think we ever have. But it's a busy week. It's a busy time in my life right now. I graduate May 18th, so I just got a lot coming up. So I wasn't going to put out a video this week. But that wasn't acceptable for me, so this is what we're getting. But today I just wanted to talk about, it's 1 month vegan. Today's actually the 32nd day. So I just want to talk about any major changes that I feel or anything that I feel like is worth noting. Just ranging from like my body composition or my difficulty eating meals or even just like other things that I've noticed. But yeah, I guess I'll just start with my body. I am leaning out and keeping the same weight. I've been weighing myself weekly and my weight has not fluctuated, which is good, which is what I was aiming to do. So I'm very happy about that. If anything, I'd like to add a little weight, but the hardest part of this whole veganism thing is getting enough food, hands down. I'm a very busy person. I have obligations 7 days a week, whether it's internship, my other job, or school, which, like I said, finals are coming up, and then graduation, so it's a really busy time. So getting enough food and remembering to eat, I'm just not a naturally hungry person, so that's like a personal problem for me. But other than that, like I said, my weight's up, my strength is up, nothing is really changing as far as that goes. Energy is something that I've really noticed, and I think that's just an increase in carbs. Because anytime you're eating more simple sugars, you're eating more vegetables and things that are easily converted into energy, you're going to feel better. And especially if those foods are dense in micronutrients, and I feel like I am getting a higher amount of micronutrients. People that have worried about vitamin B12, actually there's vitamin B12 in my pre-workout. So someone mentioned in the comment section on my video, not the announcement, but on one of the vegan athlete case studies, that I should get my vitamin B12 checked, but I'm getting multiple the daily recommended amount in just my pre-workout. So yeah, I'm not really worried about that, but like I said, energy's up. I find myself getting through my day pretty damn easy. And even at the end of the night, I'm still doing all right. Now I'm up from like 7, 8 a.m. all the way to like 2 or 3 in the morning. I work nights, so I get off and then got to do it all over again. But like, yeah, energy's good. One major benefit, more than anything, and I kind of concluded this before I became vegan, is just my skin. And skin, it's something I've always like worried about or noticed more than other people. Not more than other people worried about their own, but like more than they notice with me. It's something that's always been like an insecurity of mine. Because yeah, I've been through 2 cycles of Accutane, and I went to Italy when I was on Accutane, and it's just like, it's something that you don't want to worry about. I'm talking about acne, of course. And as a vegan, it has been like the smoothest sailing, no problems, and it's never looked like this in my entire life. Ever. So, for anyone who's possibly struggling with skin issues, veganism would be something I recommend. And here's why. And I kind of want to make a separate video about this, but what actually causes acne? Let's say you go to a dermatologist, right? And this is totally just off the topic right now, but you go to a dermatologist, what are they there to do? A dermatologist is a medical doctor. They view symptoms, they diagnose, and they treat, right? They treat with medicine. They're medical doctors. So they'll see acne and they'll say, okay, I'll give you this benzoyl peroxide, I'll give you this retin-A, I'll give you this Accutane, because that's what's going to stop the symptoms. But what they don't do is, if you could remove the symptom by like a lifestyle change, because most chronic diseases are actually caused by things that we're doing and we're putting in our body. And that's definitely one of them. So for me, I kind of came up with like this chart for what causes acne, and you could pinpoint where you stand on this. For most people, it's hormones, and you can, okay, well, what's influencing your hormones? Dairy intake, for one. Whey protein. If you drink whey protein, that's a reason a lot of bodybuilders have it. And most people get acne from like what, 13 to 30, and that's the time when your hormones are in flux and are just changing, and then they kind of level out, and that's when for most people acne will go away. But yeah, dairy and whey is something that really spikes your IGF-1 levels. There's growth factors inside milk. That's the whole point of milk as a substance being given to babies. It's to help them grow. So if you're taking that IGF-1 in, yes, it could be great for muscle growth, but at what cost? For most people, or for some people, it might not affect you, but for people like me who it does, I'd rather avoid it because there's more important things. And yeah, so I know this was a 1 month vegan video, but off the topic. And if I'm going off the topic, if you guys are still here and still listening to me, I kind of wanted to talk about like what my goals are with my body, even like after veganism, and why I don't want to get bigger. And for the last 5 years, all I've wanted to do is add size, and that's been like priority. It's been like I add size, add size, add size. I went from like 155-ish when I started lifting to about 185, and I'm like low body fat right now. And here's the thing, I don't like eating. And I know that sounds weird, but like eating is just a job. It's something you have to do. It's something that like you have to sit down and take 30 minutes every day. I eat on the go most of the time. So I will stop and I'll stop at Chipotle and get a burrito, and I'll eat it as I'm driving to school just because I don't want to have to take that extra time out of my day to eat. The more you weigh, the more you have to eat to sustain a certain body weight. So for me right now, it's like 3,000 calories to sustain this body weight. But let's say I was 200 pounds instead of 185 pounds. It would be like 3,500 calories or more to sustain body weight. And then what happens if I want to grow past that? It's something that I don't see as sustainable. Size is not a sustainable goal unless you're trying to be one of the biggest Mr. Olympia. You know, I'm a bodybuilder. I consider myself a bodybuilder, but I'm not like these guys who want to get on stage and just keep getting more and more massive. I think my body goals have changed drastically over just the last year. I care less about size, I care more about proportions. So what I'm doing is like, I'll notice, okay, my outer head of my bicep is a little weak. Let me find some moves that target the outer head a little stronger, lift a little heavier in the outer head, focus on that. So I'm changing my workouts to kind of target lagging body parts or things that I didn't really think about when I started lifting. Because for the first few years, a curl was a curl. I didn't really care, but now it's like I'm starting to get intricate with the way I do things. And through that, you can build proportions. You can get, you know, your ratio, shoulder to waist ratio. You can work on certain things. You can, oh, my obliques are weak, I'll hit those. And you could gain definition. And you could still add muscle mass, but at some point it's not going to keep growing if you're not adding weight, because there's going to be not enough fat or body weight to sustain more muscle mass. But I'm okay with that, just because I don't want to... Growth is not a goal. From an outside perspective, from an objective point of view, 185 at 5'10" is a good body weight. And that's, you think, how much is like an NFL defensive back weigh? You know, that's an athlete. I'm cool with that. Anything more than that, I mean, it's already, when I bulk, guys know, it's hard fitting in shirts and stuff. And I don't want that life. So, I went more from like bodybuilder to like athlete. And that's what I'm looking for, an athletic body. I don't want to look huge anymore. So, yeah, that's kind of where I see it going. And it's much more sustainable. If you're happy at your weight at 185, I could do a lot of things. And speaking of weight, what is weight on your body? It makes your body less efficient. So the heart, right? Your heart pumps blood throughout your body. Your heart doesn't know if it's sustaining 200 pounds of lean mass or 200 pounds of fat. All it knows is that it's sustaining more body weight. Obviously, if you have more fat, your arteries might be more clogged, but that's kind of besides the point right now. What I'm trying to say is the more you weigh, the less, how do I word this? The more toll it puts on your vital organs. So if you're a 250-pound man, like look at these bodybuilders, Mr. Olympia, all that type of shit, they can't sustain that body weight throughout their lives. It's just not going to happen. There's some truth to the BMI when they say, okay, a healthy body weight for you is like, for me, let's say it'd be like 165, 170. That is a good body weight for a lot of my organs, because they regulate your body's systems, and if you're at a body weight that is well within that healthy range, it's most sustainable for longevity. Anything over that is just, it's more work. And like I said, you need more calories to sustain it, and it's a little different. But yeah, 185 is good. According to BMI, I think I'm actually overweight. But the BMI scale is kind of stupid. But I thought I'd bring that up just because I feel like that gives you a good perspective. And when I say your organs have to work harder, people don't think of that. And that's, what do you think a calorie is? Calories are energy, and you have to eat more calories to sustain. And when you do that, it takes a bigger toll on your body. So yeah, maybe I'll transition to like some type of, you know what I want to do really bad? I want to be a gymnast. That's a goal that I've had for a while, but I've never done it because I just don't even know where to start. But maybe I will. Like bodybuilder, gymnast, just get that core all dialed in, and maybe that'd be cool. And that'd be cool for, you know, to do something new, because there's a lot of bodybuilders on YouTube. Everyone kind of knows the basics of bodybuilding, and introducing new topics to bodybuilding is kind of tough because a lot of videos have been made already. But if you threw something like gymnastics, and now I see like strength over size. I like his channel when he does the calisthenics. That's something I'm not really used to, when he's doing things like typewriters, and that is awesome to me because I get to see like a version of fitness and lifting that I haven't seen before. And who else does stuff like that? There's just, yeah, there's tons of guys, but yeah, something new. So maybe that's in the works. So if you made it 11 minutes and 11 seconds, I thank you for being here still. But I'm signing out. I had to put out a video this week, and I thought I'd just give you a talk about my vegan update and then kind of rant. So I love y'all. Muscle, mind,